9:30, which in my college means that I can't go to the main breakfast place because it's closed. It closes at 9:30. So I have to go to the bagel place at the college because I'm hungry and I need to eat. Like, I'm really hungry. So, that's all that happens. And you're... Sorry, I'm paying attention. I'm getting distracted by my cat.
Ah.
Yeah, you're a little snuggler. Okay, anyway. Let's go. So anyway, I get up, I do a few things, and then I go over to the bagel place because I have class in like an hour and a half, so I can't like take too much time. So I get over to the bagel place and I get my bagel. Everything's normal. I'm eating a bagel. This is a very boring story.
That's great.
What do you mean? Bagels are some of the most exciting kinds of bread.
And then I go back to my dorm room, and then I go to class, and then I go to sleep, and the day's on. So
Awesome.
So to explain this, I'm sitting in the bagel place, and so I'm currently eating my bagel. Near the end of the bagel, though, I'm sitting in a seat in a table, and there's a table in front of me. And when I get into the bagel place, I'm like the only person there. There was like one other person, but they left. They were just about to leave. And at some point in the future, like a few minutes later, I think it might have been while I was eating. I can't remember. There was another person that walked in, and he sat at the table that was in front of me, facing the same direction that I was. And they got their laptop out. So, what's it called? So I was eating my bagel, and your eyes glance around. I wasn't looking at this person's laptop intentionally, but I did notice that they were watching Galaxy. I was like, oh, cool, Galaxy's a cool game. Or Galaxy 2 in particular.
Yeah, the good one, come on.
So I noticed they were watching a Galaxy 2. And then I noticed, wait a second, this is on Twitch. That's interesting. And then I noticed, this is a speedrun of Galaxy 2. And then I start to think, do I know the person that he's watching? Because I met like a bunch of Galaxy speedrunners from the 6 of 2 and stuff. So I'm a bit insecure. I don't want to like, if it's like Value or something, I probably won't walk up. So I check on Twitch to see who it was that was watching, or who it was that they were watching. And it was Stick. So at that point I'm like, oh, okay, this is crazy. This guy in front of me is watching Stick at my college. What the hell? That's weird.
Alexis mentioned.
Yeah!
No. Look who it is.
So anyway, yeah, Stick, you are a big part of the story.
What guy?
Yeah. So anyway, at this point, once I realize it's Stick, I'm like, okay, I have to walk it because I'm just super curious. So I walk up to this person who's watching Stick, and then what's it called? So I walk up to this person and I'm like, hey, you're watching Stick? I'm like, yeah, I kind of know. And this person's like, yeah, I kind of know Stick a bit. I was like, oh, cool, I kind of know Stick too. And I'm like, that's interesting. I hear that we both know the same person. And I was like, yeah, I look over in the chat just instinctively because I watch Twitch all the time, and you just always look at chat.
Yeah, always.
Yeah. So I look over at the chat. I see a couple people in there in the chat. I see Marv. I see Andrew. I see Shep. And then I look over again, and I look at the top right corner of Twitch, and I notice the person that I'm talking to is Shep. And then I'm like, are you Sheep Square? And they're like, and he's like, yeah, and I'm like, I'm Dinvik, and I think we must have looked insane. To like anybody, to like the people that were working at the freaking bagel place. They're like, what the hell just happened?
And then they kissed. Real story.
King Toad.
You really have a wild fantasy, don't you?
King Toad's just projecting his desires.
So yeah, Shep. I guess now you can tell your side of the story on what were your thoughts whenever this random person just walked up to you and asked you if you're watching Stick?
So, I need to provide a little bit more context to how funny of a coincidence this is because, first off, I only go there 3 days a week.
Yeah.
Because I have a 2-hour gap between my 9 a.m. and my because I have a 9 a.m. that runs to 10, and then I have another class at noon. So I usually go there and get food between classes. Usually pull out my laptop. Most of the time do work. I had nothing to work on, so I pulled up Galactic String because he was live, and I got the ping, and I was like, "Fucking we call." And then Dinvik walks up, and you know, same story. I was like, yeah, Galactic's a good friend of mine. And I'm gonna be honest, hearing "Wait, are you sheep squared" in person, not at an event, was probably the biggest jump scare of all.
A big jump scare.
Yeah. I knew it would have been like. I knew it probably was gonna be surprising for you because I was just surprised. Like, did you actually get jump scared?
It's like you don't ever expect someone to know who you are.
Oh no, I would. I felt that was like that. That probably was how it was gonna be because like. But at the same
Yes,
time,
I
I
came
couldn't
early.
just like and just like just like have
Oh
you.
yeah,
like,
no, you have to approach it.
I mean, at least you walked up to him and you didn't just go into chat and be like, "Hey, Shep, turn around."
Okay.
Creepy.
That would have been weird, yeah.
I would have done it.
That's super funny in retrospect, but I'm not that like creepy.
I would have done it if it was somebody that I knew really personally online.
Yeah.
Mhm.
If I saw King Toad in real life, maybe.
I would.
But also,
Yay.
because it's friends, if I saw King Toad in real life, it would have definitely been intentional.
Yeah.
But yeah. What's it called? Yeah. What did you think when I said I was Dinvik? Like,
Honestly, like, I don't really know, because I was just more surprised that I met a person from online just in general. It's especially kind of weird because, like, I've only sort of known you,
yeah.
but it's also been, like, for a really long time, because we used to hang out in the same spaces
Oh, yeah.
for a while.
Yeah, mixes chat and all that.
Yeah. And, like, you know, I'd see you around the SM64 hack community, but that was closer to when I was starting to fall out of
Yeah.
it, because I was kind of just getting less interested. I just kind of burnt out on SM64 for a while. I wanted to find something new.
Yeah, I get it. I'm sorry. I keep on getting distracted by my cat.
They're saying the cat is more important than the
Yes.
squared.
Yeah, much more important.
You didn't even need to finish your sentence, like, just yes.
Cat versus
cat.
sheep.
It's a cat. You gotta understand.
Hydrogen bomb versus
I was doing a
coffee
one-
baby.
If I was doing a 1v1 with a dragonfly, I'd lose that fight.
Dragonflies are scary, bro.
Right? Just-
Oh, speaking of dragonflies, this guy's killed like 3 of them.
See, like I said, he's doing what I can.
He's pulling through for us all.
What's it called? Anyway, what was I thinking? Yeah, what's it called? I don't know. I'm just.
But no, it's like
Man.
every single time I've met somebody from online, it was always intentional.
Yeah.
Because, like, I think my first time was bullying Andrew into going specifically to the part of Florida on vacation where I live. Because he was like, hey, my parents want to go to Florida. And I was like, hey, I've got a really funny idea.
Yeah.
Hear me out.
I wish I could have done that when Andrew was in Seattle. But I wasn't in Seattle, so I couldn't bully him into it, unfortunately.
And then every other time has been just events like GDQ and one time ESA.
Yeah.
So
See, I've never been to like speedrun or any kind of like event like that. I don't know. What's it called? The only time I've met somebody besides you in person that I knew online was when I went to Finland specifically to meet them. I remember my first words when I met Scion in real life. I was like, "You exist.
You're real."
Because you have to understand, there have been literal weeks of our lives where all we did was say like a 12-hour VC, go to sleep, next day say it a 12 hours VC.
That was me with another friend that I used to play Minecraft with like all the time. That was the person I ended up rooming with at AGDQ 2020 and also SGDQ last year.
I've never, I know GDQ used to be in Florida, but I think
that was a one-time thing.
Yeah, that was a one-time thing.
It was going to be in Orlando again, but then
that happened.
Yeah, they decided to move it to online while they looked for a different place.
Yeah. I do admit that it's kind of weird. Sick.
Yeah, no. Especially when it's somebody that doesn't use webcam.
Yeah, I should mention that. Like, I am very private about my like identity online.
I'm not.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure only Shep. I'm pretty sure from this community only Shep knows what the Invic looks like.
Let's go!
Probably.
You're the only one.
I'm gonna hold this over all of you.
Yeah.
He is the only one that knows the secret.
Yeah, you know the secrets. What was I saying?
Okay,
Yeah,
but
like I am. What?
go ahead. Sorry.
I'm just a very. I don't think this could have happened in reverse because I'm a very private person online and in person. You know, like I wouldn't ever watch Twitch streams in like class or whatever. I wouldn't. I'm just a private person.
Oh, I've pulled up a number of Twitch streams in class, man.
I mean, to be fair, there are some classes where I do consider it because there's no reason. I'm only there because I don't lose points if I don't go there. Or I lose points if I don't go there.
Yeah.
I remember one time my TA in one of my classes was bored as hell, so he just pulled up a task of Bob on Battlefield getting the reds while doing the Koopa race, just in the middle of the class. I'm like, oh my god, I know that game. I've talked to that person that made that.
That's so funny.
I'm assuming you talk to your TA then.
Well, yeah, of course. You can't not bring it up when they bring it up.
Yeah, no. It's even funnier though, because Dindic is not the first person that I've met within the speedrunning community at my school.
I think I'm the first unintentional though. I think you said earlier that I was the first unintentional.
You were the first person to approach me that I'd actually known. One other person I had seen on Twitter, and then realized that this person went to my school because we had been in a mutual Discord.
Oh, the mutual school Discord.
It was a club Discord specifically.
Yeah, see, what's it called? I just don't think this could have happened in reverse. And the only way this could have happened in reverse, like if like for you to approach me about like me being Dindic, which is so weird. It's so weird. Like, the only way this could have happened in reverse is if somehow we're like assigned like the same like project or something, and and what's it called? I mentioned something about my 602 counterbot because at that point you'd have been like,
602 race.
Yeah.
Hey, I in that community.
What's it called? Because I do mention my 602 counterbot a bit because it's one of the things I'm proud of.
Yeah.
And it's a programming thing, so.
Yeah.
So I do mention it quite a bit in like when I'm talking to other programmers or whatever.
I mean, like, when I meet people, I do talk to them about speedrunning stuff because it's interesting and I need to let out my nerd rants somehow, Smile. So. But also, a lot of the time, the people that I meet tend to be, like, weirdly into math. So, hey, look at me go. I scream about probabilities.
what was I saying? Oh yeah, like I'm just like I don't have a face cam. I've done a face reveal. Like nobody knows my face besides you. It definitely might be weird. When I went to Finland, like what's it called? Cyan knew what I looked like before I went to Finland because, well, I accidentally revealed it multiple times. That's a funny story. There's this one picture where I was taking a picture of something on my TV. This is at a different house, and my mirror was right on top of my, or like right like on top of my TV, and I didn't realize that the picture took a picture of my face in the mirror.
Whoops.
God, that's funny.
I deleted it, but he saw it before it was too late. Yeah, I honestly was fine with him seeing it because I talked to him all the time.
Yeah. No,
And now I'm literally. This is gonna sound so weird out of context, but it makes sense considering Finland. Make it the same move as
I don't know anything about Finland, so that's flying way over my head.
So in Finland, there's a big sauna culture. Basically, what's it called? Every house has a sauna.
Okay.
Because it's like a big part of like Finnish culture. And what's it called? It's like taboo to wear clothes or anything in the sauna.
Okay.
So we were naked, but like we weren't like looking at each other's dicks.
Yeah, no.
Like no, it was just we were just naked in the same. It was weird, but it was fine after like the second time.
You can admit it.
You can what?
You can admit it.
King Toad's just been fantasizing this whole episode, man.
Listen, I gotta talk about something while I'm trying to figure out anything in Forest Ruins.
Rebooted. Clarification.
Yeah,
No, he's playing non-rebooted again. It's his favorite hack.
But yeah. What's it called? Yeah, it's weird. Like you go into a room. It's basically what happens is you go into the room. Before you go into the room, you take a shower. You don't like put any shampoo on or anything until when you're leaving. And then you go into the sauna. And it's basically like a hot thing. That's in Finland. All the saunas are like wood powered. It's really cool. Because there's so many trees in Finland. You go to Finland. I was on the train. Everything is forest. The whole train ride, all I can see outside is either forest. There's like a little bit near Helsinki where there were like farmlands, and then there's forest, you know.
So I guess they rebooted the Forest Ruins.
They just rebooted the forest.
So yeah, what's it called?
Sorry, I meowed. It's true.
I'll pick you up and pet you.
You gonna pet me?
No, I'm talking to the cat.
Yeah, you wish.
I really have just been saying like the weirdest shit, haven't I?
Yeah, like what's been going on with you today,
You
King Toad?
good?
This is King Toad. Don't. This is not. No. This is normal.
No, we're gonna pretend this isn't normal so I can judge him for it.
If he meows again, I'll let him out.
Yeah. Just kicks King Toad from the call.
We're gonna leave it up to the cat whether King Toad gets booted.
I was talking about the cat.
You hear that? You meow one more time, you're out of here.
Come on, come on. But yeah, what's it called? So I go in, so basically what happens is you take your clothes off, you go into the shower, you like wash yourself a little bit, and then you go into a hot room, you sit on a towel because otherwise your butt burns. Sometimes you bring a drink. I brought an iced tea because I like iced tea. Okay, I'll let the cat.
King Toad, you're getting kicked.
I almost meowed again. I almost did it out of like I don't know. impulse.
No.
See, it's just
I didn't even know that you meowed the first time. I was just saying next time the cat meows, you're going.
you hear a cat meow, you just instinctively want to meow back.
I mean, yeah.
It's like a
Well,
dog
yeah.
barking. You just want to go like just start barking.
Alright, bye.
Okay. This is officially the weirdest episode of HackCast. Let's go. We talked about some weird stuff. But yeah,
I haven't even been talking about hacks, but I'm fine with it. Like, go on with your stuff if you want.
Yeah, no, Finland. When I went to Finland, there was let's go. Yeah, let's go. So I brought in my iced tea because I was thirsty. It's mainly to keep you cool because it's hot in there. It's like I don't know in Fahrenheit because the temperature things are in Celsius, but it was like 70, 80 degrees Celsius.
That's like 160 Fahrenheit or something like that.
Yeah, it was hot.
Holy.
Yeah.
I love how I say holy, but I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, 158. I was right. Cool.
Wow. Yeah.
I
It
don't
was hot.
even-
So you just sit in there, you sit in there, you know, you take a drink, you know, you get out of there, you take a shower. If you get cold, if you get too hot, you take a shower. Yes, and so the first sauna I was completely fine because but the second sauna I tried. I thought, oh, I was perfectly fine last time. I'll be perfectly fine this time.
Yeah.
So I get in there, and you know it's normal. I'm just sitting there, you know. And then I don't even think I need to take a shower. I don't feel like too hot or anything. All of a sudden, like a few minutes later, I don't know, like right before it was around when I was about to get out anyway. But what happened was I just started feeling like this weird like sensation in my chest. I realized this. I was like, okay, I gotta get out of here immediately. But I get out of there, and then like, I get out of there. I quickly take a shower, and then I get in my towel, and then I just sit down, and then like I just lose vision for a few seconds.
Oh boy.
Oh, that's not good.
Whoa.
Yeah, I think I went into some sort of heat shock or something. And since then, ever since I was on, I made sure to get out every couple minutes and take the shower so I cool down a little bit. Because I didn't want that to happen again. But yeah.
Your chest was really saying, hurry up!
What was it? Anyway, yeah. I also when I was in Finland, I hosted a HackCast episode, which was really interesting. That was an interesting. Oh, and I also did a fan game marathon run in Finland. So yeah, that was interesting. For the fan game marathon run, I used what's it called, Scion's computer, because he had a computer that I could use. But I
Actually,
like-
was that not the same FM where I didn't show up for my run?
What?
No, it was a
Toad.
different FM. It was a different FM.
Wait, no, I need to
Oh.
hear about this. What?
You just ditched?
No, like I didn't want to. It's just so much bullshit happened to me IRL that I just couldn't make it to the run, despite how many times they fucking rescheduled. Like
Yeah.
I still am so sorry for the FM crew who works really hard for this.
Yeah.
That's really
Like-
unfortunate. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
literally, I was taken to the restaurant without my consent at the time where I was supposed to do my run. And the food wasn't even good. That's the worst part.
No, dude.
No.
That's so messed up.
I was taken to the restaurant without my consent. Anyway, yeah. So no, this is a different FM. This is the FM after that one. Yeah, this is the one that I ran. What's it called? Celestia 64 in. So yeah, I did my Celestia run. What's weird is that I did it on console, which meant that I had to bring my entire N64 setup all the way to Finland.
I mean, that's not the weirdest thing. I brought my GameCube with me to ESA to run Fire Red Round 2.
Yeah. I mean, it's not the weirdest thing, but it's just interesting.
Although that was such a pain in the ass, and so I didn't actually know about the whole different voltages and outlets.
Oh, I knew about that beforehand. What's it called? You can continue.
I ended up with my GameCube power cord no longer working, and I had to like search around for somebody who like had one, and eventually finally did. Did a couple runs, PB by 9 minutes, and then looked back at the recording and there was no audio. Because for some reason my laptop decided to mute the capture card. Like, Windows decided that, not even OBS. Which was really cool, because then for the next, like, 6 months I didn't PB.
You hate to see it.
No, what I was saying though, what's it called? Yeah, I know about that. That's why I used my friend. My friend also had an N64, but it was PAL.
Yeah.
But the power cord works on
Yeah.
the NTSC one, so I just used his power cord for the N64 because I knew that my power cord would burn out. And
Yeah, I didn't know about that.
yeah, I had to be very careful that everything that I used supported like 220 volts.
Yeah.
What's it called? I know I also used my Switch and some other stuff, but I made sure that everything supported 220. What was it? Yeah, so hosting HackCast in Finland, what's it called? What I had to do is I had to get my laptop out. I brought, like, it's not even the same laptop I use nowadays, because the laptop I use nowadays is much better. This laptop was a piece of crap from 2013. I mean, it's not a piece of crap, it's actually a good laptop from back then, but it runs super slowly now. Does he want in again?
I think I heard that.
Probably. Cats
So
tend to do
funny.
that.
Oh no, my brother was just holding him.
Oh, okay.
Aw.
Okay, sorry. I thought my cat wanted to, but he didn't. But he did. I don't know what happened. But he was yelling, but my brother shut him up. I think.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's it called? What I was saying about Finland. In HackCast setup, yeah. So I had to get this laptop which ran super slowly, but mind you. So this laptop that ran super slowly. I got it up on my. I had to run it on my friend, not my friend's bed, but like my bed at my friend, because I was staying at my friend's house because he had an extra bed. So I had it set up on the bed, and it was the weirdest setup in the world. But I also got a finished cast, so it's fine. Oh, it's really funny. There was a Millionaire episode that was at like a terrible time in the morning for America, but I could make it because I wasn't in America. Because it's like 9 a.m. in Finland or something. So I could make the Millionaire.
Yeah, that's like
This was super interesting.
That's like, what is that, 3 AM EST?
Yeah, and if I remember correctly, my my Celestia run was at like 7 a.m. But it was at like 1 a.m. America.
I mean, okay, that's more bearable, truthfully.
Yeah, but like the Millionaire was like at 3 a.m.
Yeah, no, that's just not happening.
But this was like a week after I arrived, so there was no jet lag anymore.
Yeah.
So you know.
me over here on the West Coast with all of my funny times.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, you trying to like schedule anything with anybody European must be a pain in the
You're telling me?
Yes, I am.
No, what's it called? Say it. Oh, this is evolved into me talking about Finland.
Finland.
Why? We should
Episode 4.
we should have talked about this in the Finland episode, but you know, whatever.
It's Finland Edition 2.
Yeah. What was it? When I went to Finland again, or no, when I went to Finland, I remember what's it called? When I went to, sorry, the flight to Finland was a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
The flight back wasn't that bad, but the flight to Finland. I told the story in Andrew's chat. I'm pretty sure. So I went over. So the closest airport to me is Orlando International Airport.
Mm-hmm.
So the plan was to go from Orlando to Chicago because there's no direct flights from Orlando to Helsinki, and then from Chicago to Helsinki. The flight from Orlando to Chicago got delayed 6 hours.
Oh god.
By the time luckily they gave us a replacement flight. Actually, that's a lie. That's a lie. They didn't give us a replacement flight. They gave us 2 replacement flights. A connecting replacement flight.
Mhm.
Can you guess where we went to from Chicago before we went to Helsinki?
Vegas?
No.
Oh, like New York?
New York would make sense.
Oh boy.
I take it this doesn't make sense then.
Yeah.
So where the hell did you end up?
Somewhere in Canada.
Los Angeles.
What?
I was close with Vegas.
You were.
No. Why to LA?
Because it was the fastest route that had empty seats.
So you had to fly from Orlando to Los Angeles to Chicago?
No, for Orlando to Chicago. No, I didn't end up making the 6-hour delayed flight. So I went from Chicago to LA to Helsinki.
Huh? You flew across
Yeah.
the United States just so you could fly back across the United States and the Atlantic Ocean?
Yes, it was a 10-hour flight plus the 4-hour flight from Chicago to LA. We were all done by the end of the freaking flight. Holy crap!
Yeah, no, that's terrible. And this is why I prefer driving.
Yeah, why don't you try driving to Finland real quick?
Dude, I'll just walk there. It's not that far. It's like a 10-minute walk.
Yeah, no.
Oh yeah, it's a 15-minute walk to get to Germany, right? So
Oh, right. So it's like a 20-minute walk to get to Finland. My bad.
yeah.
No, what was I saying? But yeah, what's it called? So yeah, we had to fly all the way to frickin'. It was ridiculous.
I think my only like really funny flight experience when I was when I was coming back from ESA, where I had forgotten to use the bathroom before getting off the plane.
Oh no.
And then I'm so glad that I didn't check a bag coming back, because 1, I would have probably pissed myself. 2, I probably would have ended up missing my flight, because the customs line was so long and I would have had to recheck my bag.
Oh
Because
yeah.
we flew into, or I had to fly into JFK in New York to get back to Tampa.
Oh JFK.
Yeah. No thanks, man. Never again.
AFK, more like Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, I agree.
Seriously, it's terrible. No, this is like
I have horror stories about the JFK airport.
I vehemently hate flying. Like, it's funny because I used to do it like pretty often. Well, not like super often, but that's how I would travel with my mom. But now I legitimately would prefer, like, for example, I drive to my uncle's, like, from Florida to Louisiana. It's like a 9-hour drive. I prefer that to flying.
Yeah.
Hell, when I went to GDQ, SGDQ last year, and this year again, I'm driving up to Minnesota, taking a stop in Kentucky to pick up my friend.
Yeah. What was I saying? Oh yeah. What's it called? When I went to Finland, so to finish the story. No, when we got to Helsinki, we weren't done because we still had to go to my friend's town. Wait, I don't want to reveal where it is because he lives there.
That's fair.
But it was like a couple-hour train ride away, and the worst part is we've never ridden trains really,
Oh no.
and especially not a Finnish train. So we had no idea what the hell we were doing. Eventually, we somehow got there, and I don't know how. And we had been up for like, I don't know, 24 hours at that point. And oh, did you know something about Finland? It's so north that in the summer, the sun just doesn't come down sometimes.
Yeah.
And don't get like, no light during the winter.
We arrived at their place at like 10 p.m. and the sun was still like bright. It was ridiculous.
Like you need blackout shades to live there.
You probably do need blackout. You really do.
I sure would.
What was I saying? Finland. Oh yeah. What's it called? The flight back wasn't that bad. Actually, it almost was bad because we had to go from a flight. So we had to fly back to JFK. Then we went from JFK to Orlando. That isn't a playlist, CD. You are right. But anyway, so JFK to Orlando, and then no, JFK to Miami, and then you have to do a 30-minute flight from Miami to Orlando.
That's
I
just
don't know why
wasting
we-
air fuel at that point.
It 100% is.
They probably were like more planning to do a flight to Miami. I don't know why like do Miami then Orlando. Like I don't get the point of that. But like I do understand like hitting both stops.
I don't understand. I'll understand what. So we almost missed the flight from Miami to Orlando
Yeah.
because our JFK to Miami flight got delayed. Luckily, the Miami to Orlando flight also got delayed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. Customs was actually fine though. JFK was not fine. I will say that. Everything.
No, it's like European customs go by so fast, and then like you get to J.
I think it was because there wasn't many people on the flight. That's the only reason why it wasn't that long in JFK customs.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't know. It was really funny because
Oh, I remember my years they did. There wasn't even anybody there. There was just like lines for you to go in, and if you had like what's it called? If you had stuff you weren't supposed to bring on, like I forget what the name is, but like there was like a line that you were supposed to sit in, but there was nobody there. You could just walk past.
okay, that's really funny. No, like, so my mom had told me, yeah, when I get to the airport, like, or I wanted to leave like 4 hours before my flight to make sure I like didn't get lost on the way to the airport, made it through customs, and whatever. But like everybody that I knew was leaving an hour earlier than I planned on it. So I was like, you know what, it's just an extra hour. How bad could it be? The answer was really bad. That was a 5-hour wait because I was like pretty much instantly through and at my gate. And I ended up sitting alone in the airport for 4 of those 5 hours.
Yeah. Airport. That's the problem. You never know how long it's gonna take though.
Like I
Yeah.
definitely planned on. First off, I was almost planning on not taking the train because I'm very like not used to public transportation. Funny U.S. moment. But also, I thought it was gonna take longer. Like just in general.
Trains in Europe are super fast.
Yeah.
It's crazy, you know. It took a whole minute. The train ride was actually amazing. I loved it.
The train ride wasn't very long. Right from the Sweden to Denmark. It was like to CPH.
Oh yeah.
Trains are funny.
When I went to what?
Trains aren't funny. You're so right.
When I went to what's it called? I was gonna say also like around January. So depending on the airport you go to, I like flying. I like flying if I'm flying into good airports. I have a horror story from JFK from 2019.
Oh no.
When I went, I was on like a class trip or whatever to New York. The class trip was awful, by the way. I hated it. I could get into a whole spiel about how awful that class trip was, but I think HackCast would be 2 hours long at that point. So
It's
But-
it's already like an hour, 10 minutes.
yeah, no. Well, it's an hour and 10 minutes, but that includes the 10 minutes of waiting at the start.
I guess.
So anyway, so I get over to JFK. So we get to JFK, and the flight's delayed like 7 hours or something ridiculous. And the airport is just an awful. If you've ever been to JFK Airport, it's an awful airport. Everybody was like, it was an awful experience. I can't give specifics because it was like years ago, and my brain is trying to repress those memories.
I will say JFK as an airport itself isn't that bad. The issue is the fact that it's overcrowded as hell, and just because of that, like if you have to check a bag, don't just don't check a bag there.
Oh, did I mention we checked the bag when going to Finland? It got lost in Chicago because they didn't know we were going to LA.
Yeah,
That's ridiculous.
but no, it's like I would have missed my flight home from JFK to Tampa International if I'd actually had to check a bag, because I had like I think an hour, and that would have been an hour to get my bag, recheck my bag, and get through security, which that just doesn't happen. It took me like an hour. It took me like half an hour to get through security at all.
Yeah, what was I gonna say? But to give a good flight story, when I this what's it called? Around January, I went up to New Jersey to see like relatives and stuff. Because I have a few of them up there.
Ew, New Jersey.
More like Ew Jersey.
I've flown into that airport before. It's certainly something.
What? Newark?
Yeah,
I'm not
Newark.
talking about Newark. I'm not talking about Newark. I'm talking about Atlantic City.
Oh,
Atlantic City Airport is a small airport, and you know what's great about that?
it's small.
It's small. There was like no, it was amazing. You know, I had everything positive to say about Atlantic City. If you're going to New Jersey, go to Atlantic City Airport.
I don't think I've ever been to the Orlando airport, actually, now that I think about it. I always fly out of Tampa International.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, Tampa's not bad.
I don't know.
it's funny
I've always flown out of Orlando.
because like I lived like 2 hours from Seattle. I've never flown out of the Seattle airport. I always just fly out of Portland.
I mean, my mom lives closer to the Tampa airport than Orlando, so that's why we always flew out of there. And
Ah, okay.
Clearwater, St. Pete sucks ass, so
I've never even.
don't.
I think I might have flown out of Jacksonville once.
I've never been to Florida, and I'm probably gonna keep it that way.
Yeah.
See, I'm stuck here.
Yeah.
I'm stuck here for the rest of my, not for the rest of my, I could move out in the future, but I don't know, I have friends here. So I don't want to leave Florida because I have friends here. You know, people that I know well.
I just don't
That's
understand
the
how
best.
y'all live with the humidity down there.
We don't.
You don't.
Air conditioning is a requirement.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
you legitimately, you can't live without AC. It was so funny because, like, I think I've told you about this, GMD, but back when I was still living with my mom and the electricity bill was getting too high, she had told me to start cycling my AC.
Huh.
Like, turn it off, turn it back on. And I couldn't set it to do that. I had to always do it manually, so I would forget. And then I'd just be like drenched in sweat, and I was like, "Oh yeah, right. I gotta turn my AC back on."
Yeah. That sounds miserable.
I'm so glad to be able to live in a constant 74 now.
Yeah.
I'm happy to live in 50 and rainy here for 3 months.
Oh, that's not what I meant. I meant with the AC. It's usually like 90 out.
Yeah. I've just been leaving my window open for a while because it's been nice
Oh
and
yeah,
cool
must
outside.
be nice guy. Yeah.
Yeah, there's like
Keep flexing.
3 days a week or 3 days a year where you can leave the what's it called, doors open or whatever.
Okay, I'd say I'd give it more. I'd
6
give
days.
it the sun. I would have said a good month, but
No.
because the thing is, we would turn the AC off for like about a month, but that's also like we wouldn't leave the windows open because the sun.
Yeah. No, I was just joking around.
But yeah, no, like it's a good month or so that you can like at least leave the AC off and open the
For the
windows at
most
night.
part.
I'm gonna send a quick
Yeah, yeah.
screenshot in the HackCast chat. Just read it and weep. That's my 10-day forecast right there. In general.
Vancouver.
Yeah.
Have you considered like not having rain?
No. That's a requirement of the Pacific Northwest.
No, because this literally like just looks like Florida when there's a hurricane nearby.
It pretty much is, except the temperatures are about 30 degrees cooler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the rain is also very light.
Alright, hurricane. I can talk about hurricanes some other day. What was it? So wait, I thought you were. Is Vancouver just the nearest big city?
Well, it depends on what you count as a big city. There's about 200,000 people here, so.
No, I was just asking because what's it called? I thought you lived in. I'm assuming you don't live in Canada.
No, I live in Washington. I live pretty much like Vancouver is pretty much just like 15 minutes from Portland, Oregon. So that's probably the nearest big city.
15 minutes from Portland, Oregon. That sounds wrong.
Well-
So my question then just becomes like, why did they name it Vancouver?
They named it. It was established. It was established before Vancouver, Canada was. I'm not kidding
no.
you. It got...
You're not talking about Vancouver, Canada.
No, I'm not.
I had this same talk with him a couple years ago.
Yes, there is a city in Washington called Vancouver because that's where Fort Vancouver was, which was the end of the fur trading stuff.
Yeah, I get it now. I know exactly what you're talking about now. I just forgot about it.
Yeah.
Because like at first I was like, wait, don't you live in Washington? What do you mean Vancouver?
I can't say I'm from Washington either because then people think I live in fucking Washington, D.C.
Yeah, well, tell those people that they're stupid because they should know that there are two different Washingtons.
Well, I can tell them that they're stupid. I can also call Washington, D.C. stupid.
That is true. But the thing is, if you're talking about DC, just call it DC. I don't get what people have to say. Oh, it's Washington. Like, shut
Because
up.
the city is called Washington. The city is called Washington.
Yeah, because it's a lot easier to say Washington is doing something when talking about politics.
How is he doing something? He's dead.
What happened? What happened to my George? It's funny because the guy who's Vancouver is named after his name George Vancouver, who is also dead.
Are you sure he's dead?
Whoa.
I think he came back and moved to Canada, honestly. That's my headcanon.
Anyway. HackCast. We barely talked about hacks this time.
Hey, we talked about hacks a little bit. It's fine.
At the very start, we talked about hacks, and then we just went into
We kind of. This is the IRL edition, truly.
Yeah.
yeah. It is IRL edition.
There's not a lot that happened in the past weeks.
Yeah, you're like,
Yeah, it doesn't really look like it because, like, I've looked. Sometimes I do keep tabs on hacks and stuff, and like every like 2 months or so, I'll look in the channel and see what major releases, if anything's cool. And I mean, I still hang around in Andrew's chat every once in a while, so.
I mean, I have things, but I don't want to reveal them. That's the thing.
I'll reveal something. EE Comeback 2027.
Oh shit. I was gonna say I've got my eyes on Super Mario and the Cursed Mirror. See how that turns out once that actually releases.
yeah.
Cause that's supposed to come out soon.
All I'm saying is I've been waiting for like 2 years for any more news on Yoshi Commits Tax Fraud 64.
Forgot that was a thing.
I kind
I'll
of
never
did too
forget.
because I haven't seen anything from it in like 2 years.
Yeah, exactly. What happened to it? I want to know.
They finally
It's
put him
like-
in jail and now he's serving his time.
No! What was I
That
saying?
sucks because Wario was in that game.
Okay, man.
Kate Toad. What is it with you and Wario?
What is it with me and you and Shep, you know?
What? Kate Toad! What is it with you today?
Rose obsession for us.
Just
is,
leave me out of this, man. That's your fantasy.
Mario obsession.
I don't know. I don't know.
Rose having a normal one today.
Yeah. I thought I was the one that didn't sleep well.
I think it's the Chinese food that I ate.
I thought you were gonna end that sentence before you said food.
I think it's the Chinese.
On that note.
On that note, what was I saying? I was saying a second ago. I don't even remember. Oh yeah, what's it called? Yeah, all I've been doing the past 3 weeks, and probably the past 3 months, honestly, in terms of hacks, is play 7.5. To be fair, it's a fun hack to run.
I mean, I've been playing through Stars of the Beast, but no one needs to know that, and no one cares, so I'm not going to elaborate.
At Andrew, I love Star of Beast. Dude, it's funny because like I've kind of considered coming back and playing some of the dog shit hacks that I didn't want to play. Because I think it'd be funny. Because like I joked about it, but I was genuinely almost considering playing E4 again. And then also I joked about it, but was genuinely considering playing Stars of the Beast.
And
And
still,
honestly, Jim, I was thinking that before I even knew you were playing it.
Really?
I played the very beginning of Stars of the Beast and the very beginning of Stars of the Beast 2, and I got bored.
That's probably about how it goes, yeah.
Cool. It's 41. That's cool.
That's crazy, man. Let me know when you can type the entire Gentleman Pokedex in order in under 5 minutes.
Huh?
Squirtle!
I said the first. Squirtle is not the first. The first is Bulbasaur. Come on.
Well,
You
Squirtle's
should
the
know.
only one you ever get in your Pokemon runs, so that's all I know.
True. I have to catch 60. What do you mean?
Yeah, well, you always start with Squirtle, so I just started with the
Yeah,
first
that is
one.
true. And that is about all I ever get to most runs.
I don't even know how you spell Bulbasaur, let alone know all 700 and something Pokemon.
Yeah, I said the first 151. Come on. I'm not that cruel.
Okay. Well, I know how to do 151 in TIC, that's something.
That's not an accomplishment. Well, it is an accomplishment, but it's not something you should be proud of.
What is your TAIC 151 star run, Peter?
Good answer.
And on that note, that's it for HackCast today.
Yes, okay, who's online?
Once we reach TAIC, I think that's the cue to stop.
I'm telling you, man, it's the Chinese food.
There's Red Slim, and that's it, I'm pretty sure.
Who's that's it?
I don't know. That sounds like a cool streamer, though. You should rate them.
Should we rate Red Slim?
Sure.
Oh yeah, also Mario movie, it's good. You should watch it.
I have not gotten a chance to see it.
I have not watched a movie in the past, like, couple years.
Not a big movie
So,
guy, but I might check
I
it
also
out.
haven't until the Mario movie.
Yeah,
That's
thanks
crazy.
everyone for
You probably watched it before
watching
Mario.
this
Okay, well,
episode.
let me... Nice.
Okay, we're done.
I want to reiterate, I didn't watch a movie willingly.